You might not know this by looking at me, but I'm a person that has suffered with depression on and off throughout my entire life. And 2017 was a really rough year for me. I had my heart broken, I dealt with some medical issues, and that job that I thought was going to be so easy and lucrative really wasn't. So I was struggling with a lot of different things. And every night I would come home to my condo, I would herd my three little dogs up into my bedroom, and I would sit and blankly watch the TV until it was time to go to bed. And I did that day after day after day after day, to a point where I could feel the depression starting to creep back in on me. And it was just out of pure coincidence that I heard about this walk that was being done for suicide prevention in a park in downtown Phoenix near where I live. And it occurred to me that my friend Katie's brother had died by suicide the year before. So, in perhaps a desperate attempt to reach out and connect with anyone, and maybe to escape my own personal demons, I asked Katie if she wanted to go to this walk with me. Now, I totally underestimated the emotional impact it was going to have on Katie. But I also didn't realize that that particular walk was going to change my life. Because when we got there, Katie and I were standing in the middle of 2,000 people that had gathered together to walk for suicide prevention. And now, I had never really known anyone other than Katie's brother who had died by suicide up until that point, and I'd only met Katie's brother a couple of times. So as I'm standing there in the middle of this massive group of people, it hit me that every single one of the people there had lost someone that was close to them, that they loved, and it was probably because that person felt sad and lonely and depressed, just as I had been feeling for that entire year. And all of a sudden, I was just possessed with this idea to do something about it, because it hit me, if there were that many people out there that were sad and lonely, why weren't we just talking to one another? So over the next couple of weeks, I started to devise a plan on how I could get people I didn't know to sit down and have a conversation with me. And I thought, I'm pretty friendly. If I decided to do this for a full year, how many people could I meet? Could I meet one a day, one a week, one a year? And I decided that one a day was maybe a little too aggressive, but thought I could do a little bit better than once a month. So I decided that in the year of 2018, I was going to sit down and have a conversation with one new person a week for an entire year. And then I did the math on that, and I went, 52 people is a lot. But what did I have to lose? I was tired of watching TV every single night. So I just decided, I'm just going to go for it and see what happens. And you know what? It wasn't even hard. Because in the beginning, I really thought that I was going to end up wandering through random coffee shops, telling people about this experiment I was doing and begging them to talk to me. And that never happened. I met people in a whole variety of different ways. And at one point during the experiment, people then started coming to me because they heard about what I was doing. And at another point, they started coming so quickly that I then had a waiting list of people that wanted to talk to me, not because I was someone important, but only because I was willing to listen. And after about 3 months of doing this whole project, it suddenly occurred to me that that depression that was so prevalent in 2017 was completely gone. And after 6 months of doing this experiment, I realized it was changing me in ways that I couldn't explain. And by 9 months in, I realized this whole talking to people thing, it was life-changing. Because what I learned was really this: you can change almost every aspect of your life in a positive way just by talking to people.